Well, it's a pleasure now to be joined here on GCR by a young man who heard his name called 30th overall by the Baltimore Orioles in the MLB draft. Considered the top catcher in the draft. He's now a part of the Orioles system. He's Caden Bodine, and he's with us now here on GCR. Caden, it's Glenn in Baltimore. It's great to meet you, man. Thank you for taking the time for us, and congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, dude. Caden, I know we've had a couple of weeks now. Have you had a moment where, like, it's hit you? Like, this is real. This is happening. I'm a professional baseball player. I'm getting paid to do this. My life is forever changed. Has that, like, hit you at any point in all of this?
It hasn't until about like yesterday. I saw Gary Sanchez in the locker room down here in Sarasota, so it kind of
That's
smacked
cool.
me in the face, and yeah, that's kind of when it hit me.
Did you, like, get a chance to, like, talk to him at all? And, like,
No, not
okay.
yet, but it was cool to see him though.
I imagine you've got to play it cool, right? Like you're supposed to be here. You can't act like somebody who's like, "Oh my God, that's Gary Sanchez."
Yeah, inside your little kid's going crazy. So
That's cool. I appreciate that. That's real for you, the way it is for everybody else.
yeah.
Caden, if I could work backwards with you, I want to get to know you a little bit. Where did your passion? I know you're from a family of athletes. Where did your passion come from for baseball, for catching? Why was this the path for you?
I always liked baseball. I was a three sport guy, football, wrestling, but baseball I knew was always it. Just started from wiffle ball, having fun in the backyard and getting to know the sport, and it was just kind of stemmed from that. And then I started catching when I was 12 and fell in love with it. I kind of caught like a shortstop for a little bit, and then developed like a true catcher's mindset back there. So it was a lot of fun.
Like you mentioned the three sport athlete thing. Did you find that having played, this is a big topic in youth sports right now, where the specialization thing people have thought think has gone crazy. Did you find it beneficial for you that you had played other sports so that like you knew baseball was the one that you loved and it wasn't just baseball all the time and maybe you woke up one day and kind of regretted not having done other things?
Yeah, for sure. Being three sport athlete was a lot of fun. It definitely learned a lot, and it did kind of narrow down the choices. And I think the biggest helper was wrestling, just kind of
Huh.
the accountability piece of it, understanding your body and how it moves, and that kind of transitioned into baseball as well.
But that is interesting, like maybe as a comparison to catching, right? Because like you have gained the reputation of being one of the most dynamic defensive catchers, framing catchers. I, does wrestling translate in that way? Like, can you describe how maybe that helped you in learning the way that you compose yourself behind the plate?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just develops a mobility piece that you never really would have thought of because you're in positions whether or not you like it or not on the mat as well. So I think just being flexible and learning how your body specifically moves it helped me directly with catching as well.
That's really interesting. The part when I bring that up is we're chatting with Caden Bodine. Where did the framing part come from? It's such an art, right? Like everybody wants to do it, but you got to be able to do it in a way that maybe the umpire doesn't recognize that you're doing it. You're not doing it cartoonishly. How did you learn
Mm.
framing, and what was it that maybe got you to the place where you became known for being such a good pitch framer?
It started at Coastal. I mean, they've been phenomenal with catchers. They have a long track record of great catchers. Specifically, Joe Singley, Coach Schnall, Tucker Frawley. Just really working on being adjustable and short one quick motion throughout every single pitch. And I mean, it's very hard to throw a pitch exactly where it's supposed to be. So learning to, in practice and prep work, just to learn to quote unquote work on the mix ups and the cross ups. So.
Is it safe to say that you might be like opposed to full automated balls and strikes coming to baseball in the future because you've turned this into such an art over the last couple of years?
I don't know. I mean, it would be pretty cool, but I think the ABS system is good and bad. I think it's good because it does help the egregious strike call, but it's limited to one or two per game, so that's good.
He is Caden Bodine. He is with us here on GCR. Caden, I think a lot of guys get drafted, and there's like a question as to whether or not they're going to continue as a catcher. I would assume that like that catching is a part of your game and that you absolutely want to be a catcher moving forward.
Absolutely. I've been a catcher since I was 12, like I said, and I've loved it ever since. I'd be willing to try out some different spots, but I know I'm a catcher at heart, and that's what I want to do.
With like a lot of guys in a past life, catchers were presumed to be guys that were not quite as productive, right, at the plate. You are kind of the opposite of that, where you have been very productive at the plate as well. Was there ever a point at which anyone encouraged you, hey, maybe don't, focus as much on catching? Your bat is so valuable. Did you have to deal with any of that at any point in your development, or are you the type that says, hey, I want that challenge of both being a high level catcher and a high level bat?
It's a challenge for sure. Being a good catcher and being efficient on both sides of the plate, being a switch hitter is also very demanding, and I take pride in that. And it's all part of it. Just really perfecting the craft and managing the workload and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you is really important. So just understanding your body and what it needs for the calibration of the day, and that's what I'll focus on.
Do you feel like when you're at the plate you understand the strike zone maybe even better than the umpire does because of how good you are at this as a catcher?
I think it helps. It does. I mean, some days, you see the ball better than others, but catching always kind of gets you recalibrated and seeing the ball well. So I think it definitely helps.
I can understand that entirely. Caden, in the lead up to the draft, walk me through. Did you know that, like, how much connection had you had with the Orioles? Did you realize that you were in play there? And what was the moment like for you?
Yeah, I knew the Orioles were in play, and from that 19 to 30 and 31 range, so that was a lot of fun. I got to talk to them in the fall and right before the draft. So it was a great conversation. And I actually had no idea they were picking me. I don't know if you watched the
Yeah.
draft. There was nobody on the couch. The people I work with told me to wait in the back room, and just the transition was a lot quicker than I thought. So it actually ended
Yeah.
up me being in the back of the
I
room.
didn't
So
realize that was the story. So you weren't able to run back in quite in time after you had gotten the heads up that it was happening. You guys were like in the process of trying to race back into the room.
yeah, so I got a text and it said tune in here. So that was from my agents, and then I literally look up and then there my name was called. So it was kind of quick, but also kept me on my toes a little bit.
It's a
So it was
good.
cool.
That's a good story, though, right? Like you're the one guy that wasn't in the room in order to be able to celebrate it. You can tell that
Hmm.
story moving forward. I know
Yeah, it was fun.
it's funny because last week we were chatting with Butch Thompson, of course, the coach at Auburn, about Ike, and he said, "Hey, before I let you go, can I say something? I want to tell you about how good Caden Bodine is." And obviously, you guys went up against them and had an incredible battle in the tournament. Did you get to know Ike at all? Like, did you guys have any sort of relationship? And is that maybe like after they drafted him, knowing he has caught before, was that part of why perhaps you thought maybe it wasn't going to be the Orioles at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I met him obviously in Baltimore when we were all signing, and no, I had no idea, and he's a good player, and I know he's getting some work in behind the plate and in the outfield, so we'll see what happens. I'm just excited to be teammates with him. He's a great player and a great person, so.
Yeah, look, obviously that type of stuff that'll work itself out down the road. Like not stuff that has to be worried about today. That's for sure. That being a part of that run, and obviously like there's a standard now with Coastal Carolina, right? But being part of that run, I'm sure there's still heartbreak that you feel about it. But how much did it mean to you to be a part of such a significant run this season?
It was awesome. I mean, the group of guys are hard workers. They put their head down and take a day to day approach, and it was just really cool to see because I mean, Coastal's quote unquote a mid major. I don't really agree with that. We're in the top 25 every single year. We make it to regionals every single year. So maybe from the public view, it's mid major, but we know it's not. It's been a great program for a long time now. So it was awesome.
Do you take pride in that though? Like that there is still this public perception of this being a mid major, and yet you guys sort of proving it. I mean, obviously you committed at a point where they were still on the heels of having won a national championship, right? But like, do you guys take pride in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, continue to doubt us type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's always in the back of our head, but I mean, we usually just focus on the day-to-day approach. But it was nice to prove a couple guys wrong in the Super Regional and in the College World Series. So it was a lot of fun.
How long did it take to get over the championship? Like, are you the type where like 2 days later, okay, I'm on to the next thing, or do you still wake up and like curse about it sometimes?
Yeah, it definitely sat for a little bit. Those group of guys are my best friends, and I'll be friends with them for a long time for the rest of my life. So it's definitely sad, but that year you can't be upset with it. We accomplished a lot, and just really came together as a program and developed, and we're really going in the right direction.
There's no question about that, and I think everybody around the country was rooting for you guys. Caden Bodine, just another minute or two here with the Orioles' number 30 overall pick. Caden, what would you want Orioles fans to know about you, the person, the player, the man, like everything it is that you're going to be bringing to the Orioles organization now?
I think just that winning mentality, like a Coastal, we take pride in that, and just attention to detail. Getting better every single day, and looking forward to playing for the Orioles throughout the affiliates, and ultimately making it to the big leagues one day. And I'm just excited to be an Oriole.
Now we need to know about you, like when you're not playing baseball. I know you're a baseball kid, but like when you're not playing baseball, what are you getting into? What should we know about you?
I like to fish a lot. I've never caught a smallmouth, but that's definitely a goal. They got
Okay.
some in Maryland. Um, I like to golf. I'm a big golfer now. That kind of developed over the past couple years. Similar to baseball, just kind of
What kind of
little
handicap?
change in gear. I don't I don't do that.
Oh, you're not there. Okay.
I shoot anywhere from like 85 to 95.
Hey,
I
dude.
haven't gotten down
I
into
mean,
that. So
you've only played for a couple years. That's remarkable.
yeah,
That
I'm really good off the tee box. Anything inside 100 yards, that's where I struggle.
I wish I could say the same thing. I hit it off the tee. I have no idea where it's going. It could be two holes
That's fair.
over.
That's fair.
I have
I mean, you make
no.
your money inside 100 yards. So
Yeah, I'm not great there either, but it's what it is. And then okay, so do you? I like obviously like fishing. I assume that means you enjoy eating seafood. Obviously, you know that's a big deal up here.
mm, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm huge on seafood, but I
Okay.
also wouldn't say I'm cultured in that department. So I think there's definitely some room there.
Okay, when you get up here, you'd be willing to maybe like go out and get some crabs and figure
Yeah,
out if you
yeah,
that we can
yeah,
take that.
exactly,
We can
exactly.
work with that, Caden. That's
Yeah,
totally it's the people who are like, oh no way. And then we're like, hey, that might be an issue. That might be an issue
yeah,
around these parts.
yeah.
Um,
I gotta open up a little bit.
I respect that, man. I completely respect that. I guess as a Jersey kid too, I would think that you would have been like growing up. There's probably a lot of seafood in Jersey, right?
Yeah, there is. I just never been my first choice, but
Right.
my buddy and I we went down to Florida, so we caught some fresh mahi, yellowtail, that kind of stuff. So
Nice.
that's increasing there.
Yeah, man, that's the good stuff. I love that. Caden, I know it's on Instagram. It's Caden_Bodine, correct?
Correct.
And then are you on Twitter at all, or are we at the point where like you're too young, you're never gonna get on Twitter? That's for old people.
Yeah, I've never really posted on Twitter. I
Good
have an
for you.
account, but never really interacted with it.
Good for you. Give him a follow on Instagram. Caden, great to meet you. So happy for you and for your family. We can't wait to see what's next as you make this jump into the pros. Congratulations again, and thank you for spending time with us this morning.
Thank you. Of course. Nice to meet you.